Responsible consumption means that buyers, whether they involved in economy as a public or private entity, or as citizen consumers, must take into account the environmental impacts of all stages of the product life cycle. A study published in 2017 estimated that between 1.15 and 2.41 million tons of plastic enter the oceans through rivers each year, with a peak month being between May and October. According to research, mussels from the North Sea contain so much plastic that the average person who eats them regularly eats up to 11,000 plastic particles annually. What was it particles of plastics that are in the soil?
According to the World Wildlife Fund (WWF), between 5 and 12 million tons of plastic end up in the world's oceans. Every year, 10 years ago, it was estimated that there are approximately 1,065 million tons of plastic debris in the world's ocean. As of 2018, around 380 million tons of plastic are produced around the world each year. From 1950 to 2018, a total of 6.3 billion tons of plastic were produced, of which around 9% were recycled and 12% incinerated. The world leaders in plastic pollution are Coca-Cola, PepsiCo, and Nestle. Disposable bags clog cities, sewer systems, and create flood hazards. Plastic litter the shores in coastal areas designated for recreation, damaging the tourist industry. Plastic is known to take around 200 years to decompose. Once in the ground, plastics break down into small particles and start releasing chemicals added to them during manufacture into the environment. This can be chlorine, various chemicals such as toxic or carcinogenic anti-inflammatories. Microgranules of plastic and its chemicals seep through the groundwater to nearby water sources, often leading to mass deaths of animals. And after we talk about ocean, according to UN ecologists, some 30 plastic waste ends up in the ocean every year. Attempts have been made to stem the catastrophic trend since the middle of the 20th century. Even the environmentalists were sounding the alarm about the growing Great Garbage Patch, which now covers up to 1% of the Pacific Ocean, according to various estimators. The British Ellen MacArthur Foundation predicts that by 2025 there will be a pound of litter for every 3 kilograms of fish in the world's ocean, and then by 25 years ago the weight of waste will be greater than the combined weight of all fish on Earth. Plastic makes up 80% of all rubbish in the world's oceans. The science rates break it down into tiny particles where microgranules of plastic accumulate persistent toxic substances on their surfaces. Undecomposed plastic bags end up in the stomachs of marine mammals and birds. Environmentalists have calculated that tens of thousands of birds, whales, seals, and turtles die from this every year. The animals die for asphyxiation or the undigested debris accumulates in their stomachs and interferes with their function. The result is that the same waste we threw away is brought back to our dinner table with our food or water. And personal consumption culture. Every day we have an alternative: buy mineral water in glass bottle or plastic, use disposable paper kitchenware or plastic plates for picnics, use reusable shopping bags or shopping bags for this convenient. Environmental concerns of personal convenience. The choice determines a person's level of self-awareness. Of course, this culture has been inculcated in society for years. The less each of us will use plastic in everyday life, the faster manufacturers will reduce its production. We should not choose disposable plastic solely because of its low price. Many plastic items can often be replaced by reusable products made of more environmentally friendly materials. For instance, estimates by British analysts show that reusing plastic packaging could save up to $120 billion a year. Reducing plastic production, it seems to me, could increase demand for more environmentally friendly, reusable products made from other raw materials and make them cheaper by increasing the mass production of them. It is likely that we can turn the tide in a few years and stop or at least slow down the environmental catastrophe. The sorting and subsequent recycling of waste is a separate element in solving the problem of plastic waste turnover. For this purpose, management companies should place separate containers for plastic at the MCW collection sites. The most important role is assigned to the consumer's selective waste collection at home. Separating waste at the point of generation will reduce its negative impact on the environment by introducing recycling programs for plastic residues and recycling them into secondary raw materials. Reducing plastic consumption. Reducing plastic consumption is beneficial, but sometimes difficult to achieve due to unsafe food storage and a lack of convenience. Nevertheless, it is possible to avoid unnecessary packaging or choose environmentally friendly alternatives. Raising public awareness. Raising consumer awareness of the impact of their choices on the environment is a long-term strategy. It can be provided through formal education in schools, universities, or informal news, videos, and something else. Interest in environmental issues is growing and is supported by free online courses, lectures, and events, themed mobile apps. Search engines and social media are increasing their search statistics for the keyword microplastic. The number of articles on the topic has increased in the media. Nevertheless, the decline in plastic consumption depends primarily on the availability or alternative without plastic. The recycling of uncontaminated materials produces high-quality plastics. Recycling of contaminated waste yields low-quality plastics which can be used in building materials, textiles. Ideally, recycled plastic should be used for a long time. They can be incorporated into asphalt, concrete to improve their properties.